Welcome to Thinking Reimagined, produced by Live Abundantly.
Live Abundantly is committed to justice,
Equity,
equality,
diversity,
and inclusion for the creation of a global society
which respects the rights and well-being of all citizens.
We invite you to visit our website,
livesabundantly.com,
to support our initiatives for women, youth, and children.
Thinking Reimagined, changing the mindset for a better global society.
Thank you for staying tuned. This is Thinking Reimagined. We're talking about breaking the barriers to gender parity right here on the podcast. Love Gade is a student of the River State University, one of the finalists for the 100,000 Naira scholarship prize for female student surveyors, courtesy sponsored by the Adekoya family in honor of Mrs. Olayinka Omolabake Adekoya, first and only female Surveyor General of Nigeria. And this is proudly sponsored by Allied Empowerment and PATISS. Melvina Olisa is from the Nnamdi Azikiwe University. Ayomide Olaogun, Federal University of Technology, Mina. Adeola Oyetunde is from the Obafemi Awolowo University, and Bridget Peter James is of the University of Oyo. Ariel Oluwakuye, Obafemi Awolowo University. Ladies, thank you for joining on this episode of the podcast. All of them are finalists of the Scholarship Award. We understand that 4 will emerge as winners. Let me just quickly take your reaction and from your experience in school. Let's begin with Love Gade. What do you consider to be the biggest challenge to achieving your dream as a woman to becoming a surveyor?
Back in year 1, we were about 80 students who gained admission, and we are just 7 girls among this number. So there was so much that I had to battle with personally. I had to battle with the fact that I could not even stand up in my class to ask a question, and you'd be told to sit down. What do you know you want to say? I battled with that for my year 1, year 2, and then year 3.
Hold on, love. Who asks you to sit down when you want to ask a question?
My colleague, my fellow students. Like, it was so bad that more like you did not even have the right to ask questions in your own class. So it made me, I had to like kind of just build a stronger mindset and then be like, okay, I remember one of those days in my class, year 3, I stood up to ask a question and the classmate told me to sit down, that it wasn't relevant. And I was mad. I was mad, like I had that class and I told my lecturer, it's either I'm going to ask this question and you're going to answer me, or we are going to get done with this class. So I have always had that. Even before I chose the course, I was always told, this is a female course, you're a woman, you don't need to get married, you need to. And I was asking myself, so because I'm going to get married, why is that such a problem? Like, I wanted to be somewhere else, like so different from the regular male fields. So apart from that, outgrowing the oppression of classmates, I also had to face lots of lecturer issues. In fact, I just completed my IT. While I was to apply for my IT, one of my male colleague, like a very senior colleague, a surveyor, told me to date him that he was going to help me get an IT place. And I was like, okay, because you're going to help me get an IT place, I have to date you, right? And then, thank God for those period, I've actually grown a bit to overshadow my fears. And I told him, don't worry, when we get to that point, I'll cross it. I got another comment lately. A man walked up to me. He has a position in the SOCON. SOCON is like the professional body of surveyors who regulates you getting a survey seal. And he told me, okay, I've seen you. I think I like you. You know, I work at the SOCON. If you don't relate with me, when you come for your SOCON, your file might go missing. And I'm like, really? Okay. And I told him, don't worry. This is just my fourth year, all right? So by the time I'll be getting to writing my SOCON, who know what to do about my file going missing and my file not going missing. Like, there is so much oppression. There is so much limitation for the females. But as a person, I've taken it as a challenge because I've felt like this cannot continue going on.
I think that you made a powerful point, love, and thank you for opening up. Thank you for sharing your story with us. It's obviously a challenging experience, but I'm sure that you will look back on all of these experiences in a few years' time, and you'll be glad that you tried. Let's talk to Melvina. Melvina joins us from the Adekoya University. Melvina, you had love story. Did you have a similar challenge, particularly with the men folk in achieving your dreams at Adekoya University?
Thank you for this beautiful opportunity. And here in Unizik, I would say my experience has been really wonderful. Like when we first got admission into this, lecturers even talking that girls that we're not here to play, that we should not take it as something that we're minorities, like we're not the minor ones, that we are also equal with male gender, that everything we're doing, we should do it really well and do it with all diligence to make sure that we come up top.
Let's check out Adeola. Adeola is from Great Ife. Hi, Adeola.
Hi, sir. Good day, everyone.
Can you sing your school anthem?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, now let's hear it.
Great Ife, Great Ife, Africa's most beautiful campus. We are a conscious, vigilant, progressive. Aluta against all oppression. Forward ever, backward never, for learning and culture, sports and struggles, Great Ife. I love you. Love you are Great Ife. In the universe, all that great Ife is a counterfeit. Great.
Beautiful. So, you said Aluta against all oppression.
Yes,
so talk to us. How is Great Ife faring? You heard from Rivers State University, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, and Federal University of Technology, Mina. Talk to us about your own experience.
My experience. Okay, let me start from this. I actually had my ND program before coming down to Ife for my BSc. During my ND days, we were like 200 in a class with just 15 girls. So you can imagine. We don't really have the time or moment to voice out your ideas. And to me, like I said, I like to ask questions. No matter what, however it may be, I will always stand up and ask questions regarding anything I'm not clear for. So when I got to Ife, I searched for surveyors around and I tried to go to their office so that I can learn one or two things. And during the course of my stay with them, most times when they are going to sites, they always take the guys along. Like they will be like, they are not taking the girls. We should stay and then be doing all the office work, the plottings, the protections in the office.
Why do you think they don't like to take the girls along?
Because they felt, to me, that was what I actually think their reason is. They felt like we don't have the physical energy for the work, whereas we are not to be underestimated. So since they decided to always keep me in the office and to focus on the plotting of their job, whenever they go to the site and come back with their result, I'll always be the one to compute and then plot their work. Without me, you cannot do anything. So I always want to make best use of the position I'm in. Like, I always aspire to be better in it. So whenever they bring their data, I'll because the person that is sitting with the system, this world we have right now, technology is advancing. So we have to flow through the move. You have to get yourself equipped with the skills needed for it. And that is exactly what I did then. Since you are putting me to this AutoCAD, then I will know this AutoCAD to the extent that you will not be able to do anything in that office without consulting me first.
Wow.
So I feel that's my own experience in this field for now.
Fantastic.
Because I'm still a student and I'm still aspiring to learn more on it. Thank you, sir.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
This is Thinking Reimagined, a Live Abundantly production.
In association with Nelcon Media.
Bridget Peter James, University of Uyo. Bridget, are you there?
Hello, I am here.
Hi, is it Bridget or Bridget?
Bridget.
Bridget, how are you today?
I'm very good, sir. Thank you.
All right, talk to us about your experience.
Okay. My own experience started when I chose a course. When I talk to people that this is what I'm going to study in the university, people look me with one kind eye. They said to me, how come of all the courses you choose to study surveying? But before then, I had made findings about this course, and I had known the opportunities that exist in this course. So I had to talk to them, educate them more before they can accept me to study, like my mentors, I mean. After then, when I entered the university, my most challenge, the factor that was most challenging was that the male factor. They always have this, they will always think that since they have much number in the class, they will think that they are the superiors, that women don't have a say anymore. It's just like when we had the first Congress, nobody was allowed to talk. So I raised up my hand. I saw that most of the executives there were just males. So I raised up my hand and said, why is all the executive males? People started saying so many things, that women are not given chance. I said, why? We have the same. We have 50%. Yes, anybody can be the president of the department. If you want to be the president as a male, you can be. If I want to be, I can be, as long as I have what it takes to be. So they were not, women were not given the opportunity to express their ideas. Secondly, it's when we go for field works, practicals, they will not allow women to touch the instruments, to even go close. So when the last concluded practicals we had, I had to tell one of my colleagues that I want to know this and this and that. Because if we are called to come and do this thing by ourselves, we will not give any excuse, being that you went to the field. So you have to do it perfectly. So I now said, let me touch this thing. Let me know this one. Let me know where the keys are located. Let me know what to do at a particular point in time. I even had to go to the level of digging the ground to bury the beacon. They were just amazed, like that I can dig the ground very, very well. It was straight, and they buried the beacon very, very well. So it is more challenging. Like, they're not giving girls the opportunity to touch the instruments. They're not giving them the opportunity to do any field work. What you need to do is just for you to sit back and do the computation, do every other office work for them. And the male will only be the one to be at the field to do every other thing in the field, then come back with those data and give it to you, and then you do the computation. That's just it.
Bridget, how did you end up studying surveying? Was it what you chose, or you just got it by accident?
I choose it. This is my
Why?
first choice. Because I made findings. I spoke with one of my friends who is a senior colleague in this same university. I asked him, what are involved? How is this surveying all about? He now explained to me. I now see that surveying covers every aspect of human life, like the medicine sector, like law, and every other sector. Okay, when we define surveying as having to determine the features on, below, and above the air surface, that means we can work in any place. That gives me the confidence that, okay, this surveying is a nice profession. I can be a surveyor and then know so many things about the air surface, even under the air surface, even above the air surface. That's why I choose it, because it is so broad in life. It covers so many aspects of life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Bridget, Peter, James, very fantastic contribution. Thank you for identifying what you want and going for it, irrespective of what is considered the barriers or obstacles.
Thank you very much.
Your story, and every other person here is Ariel Goluwakuye. Ariel is from Great Ife as well, so we've taken your anthem. I'm sure that the other schools will be wondering why did we. Anyways, if you want to sing your own anthem, just let me know. You can still sing it in the course of this interview. But Ariel, you had Adeola's position. What unique experience do you have apart from what she's told us?
Okay, compared to everyone, I don't really have experience because I came from secondary school straight to university. So on getting to university, we're just like, as part one, we're just 3 females out of, I guess, 17 guys or 19. So anytime you tell someone that we are just 3 females, they'll be like, wow. That's to show that it's actually a male-dominated profession. And okay, well, around last year, when I went to learn something about surveying, and it was the surveyor that took me was she was a woman. She was teaching me all these plots, most of this office work. The time I wanted to like go for a field work, at least to know how it is, how to do some things on the field. The guys just packed themselves and they don't even give me room at all to even go to the field or anything like that. So it was like all I went to learn there was just the office work, the plotting, computations, and everything like that. But here in OAU, we are being taught equally. There's nothing like maybe you're a male, you're a female, you are not to be taught this, you are not to be taught that. Even when we did practicals on leveling I guess that was last week, we were taught equally. There was nothing like any. There was no inequality, or I don't know how to explain it. That's my experience so far.
Thank you, Ariel, for sharing your story. We really appreciate you. A big thank you to all the ladies who have spoken. I want to say congratulations in advance, and to the 2 other ladies who are not going to win the scholarship prize. I want you to know that whoever you are, you have started this journey and nothing can stop you. Yeah, nothing can stop you. Let's take contributions from Ayomide and Melvina. Ayomide has sent us a message, and Ayomide is saying the only issue over here is having group members who are uncomfortable with females taking lead roles in group work. Right from our national diploma days, this has always been an issue. Male team members prefer limiting females to taking records. She continues to say, because I'm a direct entry student, it's believed that I have more experience. So over here in Futmina, it hasn't been a problem. I was welcome to take lead roles. It's a problem to other females though. All right, thank you ladies for sharing your stories. We appreciate you. Let's get back to Dr. Amma and Ms Sotuminu very quickly. We have to end this episode now. But one thing is central from what we've heard them say is that it is obvious that this is a male-dominated field. I love what one of the ladies said about the fact that if you're going to keep me with the computer, I'm going to be the best that I can be on this AutoCAD, and be sure that you won't be able to get any other person to do a better job than me. Would appear that these ladies are breaking the barriers already. It seems that ladies will have to do more, to make room for others coming after them, and these young individuals seem to be taking the lead.
Okay. The ladies seem to be breaking the barriers quite clearly. It was very eye-opening what Love Gade had to say, and this is a common denominator actually in every industry, whether it may be law, especially with the male-dominated industries. I find it quite unusual and quite unsettling, however, that they're willing to stay in the office and do the paperwork rather than getting a robust education on the field as well. I feel that they are, resigning themselves to their fate, if I might add. I feel that at this point, with all these wonderful ladies, they should actually get together and set up some sort of association for themselves if they're not able to get their needs met that way, and they can speak as a body. Speak as a body rather than as one voice. So we have 3 there, 15 here, 20 there, and they all they speak together, and then changes will definitely, more changes will come about this way.
Dr. Amma, very quickly, let's have your reaction to what the ladies have spoken about. We established earlier that they seem to be breaking the barriers and ensuring that they stay on course on their chosen field. What reactions do you have as we wrap up this episode?
Well, it is wonderful to have this opportunity to be with these young ladies, to learn about their experiences. I am not terribly surprised by some of the information that they have shared in terms of not being able to speak in the classroom or being shut down, in terms of being left on campus as opposed to going to the field. Being the daughter of a surveyor, being in the field is just as important as being in the office. So part of your learning experience requires that you go into the field. It is your right to go into the field. You should find a way to go into the field and get that experience. You want to have a robust learning experience because that will help you advance in your chosen career. So I believe Ms. Sotuminu talked about coming together and forming an association and an organization. That is part of networking that I was speaking of. So you need to network as a group, and then you need to find other female surveyors who are in that profession that will give you the opportunity to learn and expand your learning and your skill set. But more importantly, you also need to network with the men, because unfortunately, there's only been one female surveyor general of Nigeria. And so it is dominated by the males, but it is not a male career. It is a career for all people, male or female. And I do believe one of these women will become the second Surveyor General of Nigeria. And I look forward to being there.
I'm hopeful too, Dr. Amma. Dr. Amma, Ms. Sotuminu, thank you so much for sharing with us on this episode. A big thank you to the future surveyors who have joined us: Love Gade from Rivers State University, Melvina Ulisa, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Ayomi Olaogun, Federal University of Technology, Mina, Adeola Oyetunde, Obafemi Awolowo University, Bridget Peter James, University of Uyo Akwa Ibom, and Ariel Oluwakuye, Obafemi Awolowo University. Wish you all the best. 100,000 Naira scholarship award going to 4 of you. Probably we have the winners join us subsequently, as well as a representative of the Adekoya family. Don't forget Mrs. Olayinka Omolabake Adekoya, first and only female Surveyor General of Nigeria. And this is proudly sponsored by our family in partnership with Allied Empowerment and PATISS. Thanks for being a part of this episode. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. See you again soon.
Thank you for listening to Thinking Reimagined.
We invite you to subscribe to our podcast
And welcome your comments,
insights,
and learnings
as we strive to transform our global society.
A change in mindset,
Engagement,
collaboration,
dialogue,
awareness,
in education. Thinking Reimagined, changing the mindset for a better global society.